On today's show, we're going to make a favorite. This is a lasagna roll-up. And it's kind of neat because we're using spreadable cheese and spinach, as well as some garlic and seasoning. So let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. This is a very simple meal to make, but it has a few ingredients. So it has spinach, marinara sauce, the flat sheets of lasagna. I'm using the whole package. Seasoning to taste. I have some nutmeg and my Italian seasoning. This is my Carrabba's mix that I reverse engineered, and I'll put a link in the show notes. If you hit the subscribe button and then you'll hit the notes button, the more, you'll see it there. Now for cheese, we're using a Parmesan cheese and a mozzarella cheese. So we'll move that out of the way for now so we can get started. The marinara, I've split it out into 3 1-cups, and the first thing you want to do is pour some in the bottom of your glass dish, and then you can get rid of that. Spread it out so that it looks really good, just like this. Then the next thing we need to do is to mix up our items. We also have some garlic that we're going to have to cut up, and I hear the stove just came up to temperature. Of course, before I use my knife, I always sharpen it, so I just run it through here a few times like this. The pasta I put in one of my large frying pans with about 3/4 of the way filled up with water, and I put it on the stove. And then after it boiled, and I put some salt in it, and I boiled it for about 10 minutes. So here's the garlic. And if you have one of these mats that you can use for your garlic to take the waxed paper off, or if you have a pickle relish jar, you can put it in there and shake it, and that'll help. But I usually do it this way. This seems to work best. As you can see, it just comes right apart. I have my garlic cutter. You can use a press if you want. I prefer to use this. And I just put my blade in the bottom. This thing cost me like 12 bucks. It's so fantastic. Just put this on here like this, and then just run it just like that. Then the garlic can go in the mixing bowl. Now this is a simple recipe. There is only a couple of steps with this. This is not going to take a real long time to make. Let's pull these blades out of here, just like that. And then try to get this garlic out of the bottom of this container, which is probably the hardest part of this recipe. Now, how about some seasoning? Let's put some seasoning in here. And this is really a good recipe, this Carrabba's. I really stumbled on this. I got lucky. And I'll put the show notes down there for you. You'll want to check that out. And then the nutmeg. I wouldn't use a real lot of nutmeg, but you'll want to fill up the center of your palm with it and use about that much. One egg. We need some black pepper. And that was a pretty full handful of that black pepper. I like it a lot. The spinach, I'm using canned spinach. I've already drained it. Then we need some of the spread, the cheese spread. I personally bought a garlic and herbs. I thought this would be really delicious to use. It sounded good when I was placing my order for my food. Since I live in a major metropolitan area right outside of Chicago, I get my groceries delivered. Now, I preheated the oven to 350, and then we're going to take these noodles, and I had to throw away some of them, because in the box some of them were broken. Now, we just take and put some of this spinach dip in, and I think from past experience doing stuff like this, I'm going to put the spinach dip in long ways rather than trying to do it in a width. And then I'm going to go past the dip and then pull back a little bit, and then you just roll it. So this is the whole complexity of what we're doing here. And I will pull this all over here where I can reach things. Two, 4, 6, 8. Looks like I'm making 9 because of what I threw away. And I do have more of this dip left. So, I think for the fun of it, I think I'm going to put this dip in here. I think I'm going to put this dip on top of these. Let's put some more marinara on here. Nice and slow. So we're fair about putting it over each one. This is going to be great, Barb. This is going to taste really good. Here's our big container of cheese. And this is just a mozzarella. I'm starting out with a handful here. I saw some advice on the internet to don't put a lot of this on. But I'm at least going to use a liberal amount. And then some more marinara. Those little rascals were going to be swimming in that marinara. Before I put it in the oven, I have some Parmesan Romano Asiago. And this is shaved. Kind of different than just the powdery cheese. So we'll just sprinkle a little bit of this on here. And then we'll put it in the oven. We're down to the last few seconds, and then the timer's going to beep to tell us our 15 minutes is up. And I'll pull out the food and let it cool. And I'll get started on the salad. Wow, I wish you could smell this. And it's all nice and melted. And looks really, really good. Looks delicious. Let's take a look at that. And you know you have to wait for like 5 minutes at least before you eat this. This is easily 350 degrees. You're not going to eat these right now. So for salad, I'm going to do cucumber, a yellow bell pepper, tomatoes, carrots, and then I'm going to make my own salad dressing. So today I'm going to make a Thousand Island salad dressing, my way. Let's start out with the cucumbers. I'm going to cut half the cucumber, just like that, and then cut off this end. And I like to cut down one side, kind of thin, just like that. And then the paper will come off. And then I can stand it up and do another thin one, just like that. So there we go, there's a couple of them. Now I'll cut long ways and then come back to about 1/4-inch chunks. There we go, just like that. And then the bell pepper, I just cut off the top like this. And I pull out the seeds in the center. Just like that. Then I cut right straight down like that. Lay it out here to kind of break its back. And then fillet these ribs off. So you have a nice clean bell pepper to work with. I'm only going to use half for this salad. I don't like to load this up with a lot of peppers. Next, let's bring up our salad bowl. And I've been buying shredded carrots lately. I really find it's just so much easier to have the shredded carrots rather than going through the whole peel process. And let's go ahead and get this in the salad bowl as our next step. And then I have some tomatoes. Sometimes I cut up the tomatoes. In this case I'm not. I'm just going to go like this and just put those on there. Then I have my Carrabba's Italian seasoning. So put a little bit in my hand here. Really should do it this way. If you end up dumping this whole container in here, you'll wreck your salad. Now it's time to make the salad dressing. And I also have a can of fruit that we're going to open up to have with the meal. So for the salad dressing, I'm just going to go right down the line here. I'm going to use a base of olive oil, no particular measurement, and ketchup. Better to use a little bit. If you need more later, you can do that. And then the mayonnaise, and you can kind of see the mayonnaise, how it's looking, how it's changing colors. If you need to balance that out. This is Dijon mustard. So I have just a little bit, and I don't use a lot of this stuff. I do a little squirt. I try not to make it too big of a deal here. Then I have some pickle relish. And some lemon for a squirt of lemon. Worcestershire sauce, as Bugs Bunny would say. Just a little bit of a splash on that, not a real lot. Some garlic. Just a little bit of garlic. And then I have some sliced calamari. These are your Italian olives. And we'll give this a mix. Looks like Thousand Island salad dressing. And I don't really like the salad dressing poured over my salad on the table. I like to mix it in like how you do on some salads. When you make a Caesar salad, this is how you do it. And this is what I like to do. I like to put it in the bowl. So I bring it to the table with a salad dressing on it already. How hot is that still? Yeah, it's pretty warm. So, here's what it looks like. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.